My name is Rich Wolfer, and welcome to the What If Blitz, or no, not Blitz Wolfer, the welcome to the What If Armed Wolf was in My Hero Academia, Part 2. And I was trying to go for like Blitz Wolfer's, like, Blitz Wolfer is my name, and barking and slicing is my game. Yeah. So where we left off, at the camp, the Zuko, or no, the wolf, or no, armed wolf was very strong. So he does his usual training, but he doesn't want to, like, lose control and eat everybody. So he packs himself a lunch. Or actually, his Azeth knows that he's a warrior wolf and he has to eat. So she ends up getting a cheeseburger with real meat in it, because she knows that he doesn't want to end up killing his friends. Plus, one of her employees is actually the mother of that child. And she also knows her mother too. And yeah. So they're both mothers of two different kids that are like girlfriends to her son, is okay with that. If both of them date him together. So yeah. And he basically is okay. So then they show up and they start training harder than a normal person as he starts eating a sandwich and like egg McMuffin thing with like some of the meats inside, so that yeah. And everyone thinks that was disgusting, but only two people actually know why. That he's her and or both of his girlfriends knows that he has to eat meats, and so yeah. And yeah. So then they start training hard. Earn. And yeah. In the last video, when I said he was covered in blood, he looked like her. Kind. Yeah. So then, and I forgot to mention, All For One, of course, in that video, I forgot to mention, All For One saw how destructive his that Udin's powers could get, as he says, what is his name? As the quirk doctor says, that is armed wolf. Make sure, or he goes by, or everyone calls him armed or wolf, not both, because usually it just sounds weird. As the armed wolf is his name. As he does, or armed wolf does talk like how Blitzwolfer talks in the Ben 10 Omniverse thing. Don't quote me on it, but he really does sound like a punk rock thing. Or British guy. I said British, not like to me. Blitzwolfer is my name, and the spirit is my game. Yeah, but he does talk like that through the entire series, so that's why I'm not gonna do his, or doing this as in the what ifs. So yeah. So when he gets up, he says, Blitzwolfer, what am I? First of all, as let's say he got captured as Blitzwolfer. Sorry, every time I start trying to talk in that voice, I have to say Blitzwolfer. Yeah, when I do that voice. So yeah, Blitzwolfer. Without having to laugh. So yeah. So he gets kidnapped. Just him. As All for One says, you must be armed wolf that everyone talks about. You're very strong. The quirk of your mothers and your fathers put together is making you stronger every minute. Well, Blitzwolfer. Well, or Blitzwolf, or no, Blitzwolfer. I do not want to be in your little league of villains look like. But the only I'm choosing to be a hero to protect everybody. As his mouth starts to open, shoots a beam of light at All for One's head, or at his chest, sending him flying. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a Blitzwolfer. Sorry. So yeah. So, and then because in his wolf form can't be contained by the normal chains, so he ends up sending All for One flying. Yeah. As he starts to grin, or as, Armed Wolf starts to grin. And as he's punching him. Yeah. As All for One says, well, you should have been a villain. Now time for you to die. As the beam of light comes from his hands, as he took it on like a man or a wolf. Because his armor, so when he like lifts his both arms, as the All for One is surprised. Usually everyone dies when he uses that attack. Or instant death. But as he says, you don't rely on someone with a power of infinity, don't you? So let me respect you as a first person tries a laser attack on me. As he starts going to town on him. Like, All for One versus Armed Wolf. Who would win? Put it in the comments below of who would win between them. And they even make a poll. So, but actually, calm down. The Blitzwolfer, or no, I keep saying that. Armed Wolf won that round. As it was say 20 minutes to the fight, as the Armed Wolf transformed into a wolf, as he can't control himself. So in order to, as All Might shows up, or actually so all the villains, all the heroes came in, as he's telling All Might to stay away from him, just him, as his stomach starts to, as he's painfully, as All Might knows that, even Nezu knows that, so Nezu tells Mr. Aizawa to go give him this. Because usually and Tatsumi is a pro hero, so when he understands, it's pretty painful. As Tatsumi dodges the All for One's attacks, and he ate the cheeseburger, as it satisfies his hunger. Yeah, as he says, alright, now I'm good. As he stands right between All for One and Tatsumi's attacks, because All for One wanted his Berserk Rage core, but the Blitzwolfer grabs Tatsumi, or I keep saying Blitzwolfer, but Armed Wolf grabs Tatsumi, pulls him off, as he says, you're not gonna have my father's quirk, or my thing, but you will face my wrath. As he starts to become more ravenous, because he says, I'm in control. As he earns attacking All for One, tearing him to shreds. And yeah. All for One and was like was basically got killed. As yeah, not All Might. As yeah, all as Blitzwolfer says, usually I don't find interest in eating someone that's as everybody or like all the pro heroes looked at him and they all said, "Go ahead, eat him." Okay. Make sure there's tons of napkins around, okay? As he starts eating All for One to just like, yeah, devouring him. It was like, yeah, All for One is now inside of the belly of Armed Wolf. And yeah, everybody was so in sync with saying that at the exact same time as there was like napkins. So he basically, yeah. As he licks his lips. Yeah. As he basically is like, he has a full stomach. I mean, yeah. Even Azeth knows that he would. They actually never seen him actually eat a person before. They, as he reminds them that, remember USJ? I only ate the Nomu, but actually the Nomu was, he was partly dead, but, or he wasn't like a high-end Nomu like Kirigiri is, but it was a good taste. But why do I, as he, like, his, as he walks, or instead of like attacking anybody, he just like, he found a fountain nearby, so he walks over and he drinks it. Because he knows that these, yeah, to wash down the blood on his tongue. As he says, yeah, I'm not hurting anybody. As, yeah, All Might walks over, or actually Tatsumi says, huh, yeah, we forgot to give you the water too, so that makes the blood go down easier. Yeah. The man, as one night, or after that, like when he, like, actually the next night when he was sleeping, he sleeps like a rock. But something spooked him that even his own parents ran in to wake him up. As he starts to cry. as his mother gave him and his father gave him comfort that you're okay, you're safe. You know, as he tells his father what went in that dream of he saw the quirk doctor experimenting on him as he starts asking, son, you're okay. Just tell me everything that you know. Because from your dream. I remember I was in a lab inside of one of the tanks getting like experimented on. And I see All for One and the quirk doctor right beside him. As a quirk doctor tells All for One that the experiment or the creation is alive. Yeah. As he's telling him all the information. So you're saying, Armed Wolf, I know you're just a student, but I know that you're also, your agency is under me. So I want you to just come with me tomorrow, okay? Or actually, he calls calls the detective the next morning as he and the chief of police, because they both understand they're his best friends, as when he tells them what's going on, because there was suspicion about the quirk doctor. Or as the or Esda knows that she doesn't want her son to get killed by the whatever. Yeah. So then he says, actually, detective and chief of police agrees, and they ask the government to, or so they when, actually the government asks the chief of police and to look inside the case of why is there students disappearing, or why is like quirks or the people with quirks, their kids are disappearing. As our chief of police says, we already have a kid that's in, remember Armed Wolf? Yeah, the one that is like at UA. Yes. The at UA, of course, they said, what about him? I know he's a student, but can we use him to, as Nezru walks in, He says, yes, you will. Okay? To solve this mystery of missing kids. As Armed Wolf agrees, but he said things about his two wives, or two girlfriends. As his two girlfriends, and says, we'll be fine. As they both kissed him at the exact same time. And yeah. So then they both as his scent thing, he makes sure that he had a cheeseburger or something with actual meat inside. So yeah, he basically ate before he left so then he starts using his senses of a wolf as he smells the scent of the students, as he uses his own x-ray because his infinity power allows him to do that. So that is just weird. The first floor, second floor, third floor. As usually they said, usually it's from the bottom to the top, not. Is it underground labs? Yes. Based off of my senses, like my smell, there's two clones on first floor and second floor, but on the bottom floor is a third. Smell the students' his fear. Yeah. Usually some people say they could smell your fear from a mile away. Yeah. Zuko, or the armed wolf, went digged deep. As he tells them that he'll go under to the first floor, or to the third floor, or -1, 2, 3, or negative third floor, the main facility, as he digs under. As he does the same thing. And so yeah. Then when he got to there, the real doctor says, the nothing it's past you, armed wolf. Or armed. You're here for those kids. You who has the power to, or as he says, you're the only one that I know that, because when I consumed your Nomu, who I knew who it was a matter of time, because every time I eat anything that's not living, I gain its ice, or its memories things that is isolated from. Yeah. So he gains more. So he goes, attacks, as the doctor pulls out the gun, shoots. It's the armed wolf with a bullet that penetrates his armor. As yeah, and plus it was liquid metal, 3 times the dose. You know how Mooncall, the drug that like basically tries to put the or there's no drugs in for like wolves or werewolves to like to yeah, but as he gets poisoned, as he says, "What did you shoot at me?" Oh, it's just something that I cooked up. The you're you're the only one that has armor er, as its skin. So in order to pierce through, I just needed a metal rod to go in through your own metal body. And usually werewolves uh, are weak against silver. So I added some silver, liquid silver in it. With some little bit of poison. So now you're poisoned and you're about to die. As he. Yeah, so in order to. As the when he howls, um his own father hears that, as he tells the pro heroes to hurry, as the yeah as yeah and he lifts his own body up as he grabs the new the monster, the court doctor's head, slams it into the ground. As he says, as he turns, as he puts grabs the metal rod. You know how, like in Naruto, that guy pierced the hands of the Naruto himself? Yeah, it's like that. But, yeah. As he. But way more brutal. As he goes. As he lifts himself up. I'm not gonna die here. As he walks over to where the kids are at. There was about 50 boys and 50 girls. Yeah. So he like he used his like jackhammer when he's holding himself up to punch a glass, as he tells them that they need to go. And yeah. So as he goes, as he gets everybody out of there, or actually, Pro Heroes came in and he did it. As yeah, but when he shows up, everyone, as another bullet went through the like through one of his rib cage, as it was the Nomu releases the Cork Doctor's, and then he pulls the trigger, bang, as he got 20 times a dose of poison, as he's yeah, as the last 500 kids were last ones, so they were all got there, and in order to, as he's trying to regain, or as the elevator, like after all the 100 kids went in out of the building, as the Cork Doctor says, say your goodbyes, as the building starts to blow up. Kaboom, boom, boom. And they know that Blitzwolfer could survive that. Or he could believe that he could survive it. As he, but his poison, because he's poisoned, he couldn't like react fast enough. As he destroyed the Nomus that are in test tubes. So yeah, as he starts going back to, as he says, "Where's my son? Where are you, son?" As he understands, as he used his signature ability, as it was a very deep hole. Are you in here, son? Speak to me. As Bunny Girl jumps down on it to see if there's any survivors. As yeah, as he, as she walks over, she could listen to his heartbeat slowing down. The armed wolf. Or actually, let's say he, instead of Bunny Girl, it's him. He jumps down as he hears his own son's heartbeat slowing down. Please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. As he lifts the debris off, as he sees his son with 2 bullet wounds, as he says, "Oh crap," as he starts to tear up, as he couldn't believe that his own son is about to die. But then Blitzwolfer says, "Poison." As he says, "Okay," as he tells Nezu that there's found my son, but he's in really bad condition right now. As Nezu says, "How bad is it?" Well, based off of the looks of things, it looked like he had a battle. No. As just get like ambulance or needs someone down here now. As they all go down, or some of them went down, as they picked him up, lifts him up, puts him on the for medical bay thing, as the recovery girl hasn't seen this procedure thing. As what is it? What did they inject him with? Liquid poison. Like mercury poisoning. But on a whole nother level. The one that I'd never seen before. As he says, "I know I don't want to lose my son. Is there any antidote?" "No." "Oh." As he storms out, as he starts to pound he's as there's one thing that there's one thing that he could do that as a serum that as he walks, or as he tells him, or so they just left him to die in peace. But there's one thing. As he says, "Oh, I'm not gonna die here. Not now." As he gets up, there's experiment little table thing as he creates as he uses his own as he rips the bullet out of his own body. As he coughs up as he yeah there's as he creates the antidote um, um by using that same like one that's slowly killing him as he squeezed the juice and he used special batch and like he created a serum as when he drank the little in as his breathing or his heartbeat went back to normal as the liquid poison like dissolved instant as he starts to like go into a sleep thing. So he ends up falling asleep, and when they came back, thought he was dead. But then when the serum, as Eraserhead walks over, or no, actually, he as he walks or he wakes up, um, as he tells them that I created that serum. Um, can you let me rest for a minute? Or who? Yeah. Yeah. So they, as when he was done, hun, yeah, he he lays back down like he slept as the poison or like he took out the or they or so he asked Recovery Girl to take out the final bullet that's on his back. So he lays on his back as the Recovery Girls understand. As she puts gloves on, as she pulls the bullet out, as she smells the ink, and she get it away from me. Yeah, the those as the detective and the chief of police heard that he's a when they were there and he tells or so they use an analysis thing but they know who made that huh? As yeah but there was one thing that the armed wolf did put a tracker inside of the doctor's body that allows him to because yeah so his mouth thing when he bit the or actually the rod yeah So he ends up. So he gets up, freshly awaked, and they know that he's hungry, or he's about to. So they gave him some cheeseburgers. So yeah, to keep him stable. Let me remind you, this is all happening during the Dodgeball arc and Overhaul arc. So, yeah. The he thought he was going to lose his son, but then when he heard that he's going to make it and yeah. The so then when after all that stuff, he's back at 100%. And as Recovery Girl asked, "What did you make this?" Oh, it's something that I cooked up so that to be an antidote for and the and so he thinking as he made a little list so that the kind of like the cookbook thing, how to cook it up, but yeah, now he's back being armed wolf, as his girlfriends, they still love him no matter or no what, as they ended up going to check on him because they're so concerned about him. As Nezu actually, during the overhaul fight, Armed Wolf says, I'm back at 100%, so let's tango. As he starts going, as he starts to go, as he activates his, you need a way more than just your sonic wave thing. Some sort of helpful tip. As he opens up his chest, as a giant beam of light coming from his chest blasts All for One, or Overhaul, all the way to Oblivion. Yeah. Or actually, yeah. As his mother couldn't believe that if, as she creates, or she actually tells her, doctor, or the scientist to create, the serum thing. And so they do it. To make a big amount like that needs a lot of energy. As one of the ingredients says needs, yeah. So they basically create a serum that allows people that have poison or metal poisoning or any types of poison, they cure it instantly. Yeah. They made it into humongous gallons of them. that even so her company became much more popular in the entire world. Every hospital wanted the serum. Everyone wanted the serum. As they even pay her or them that company. As yeah. So now and for rest of it, her and where is that girl? And her got married to him. So yeah, the silver-haired girl, that likes spooky stuff, gets married to the werewolf or armed wolf because she couldn't believe that she's actually marrying to a werewolf. And she is marrying him because she knows that he is just like her and all that stuff. So he doesn't hold a grudge or any candles to them. So yeah, because the company is so popular and it runs by Esdeath, every time that the armed wolf or everyone asks, "Are you with Esdeath? Are you?" Because everyone now knows that armed wolf is her son, so they all respect him, as including the kids from back then. So yeah. So both girls that became his wives actually had kids. Silver-haired girl had Silver Fang. It's basically a like that, but with like silver or beautiful face, beautiful hair, or fur, and yeah. And the other had a same thing, but it's that one. But with like ears are like he basically transformed from human to that, then back to human. So yeah. So now this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe.